going to go ahead and get started standing today. I have a bit of a Barre inspired, Pilates inspired workout for us. So I think Barre and Pilates kind of go together. So I was a bit inspired to have some fun with this one. So go ahead and have your feet hip width. We're just going to think about posture for a moment, drawing the tailbone downward toward the earth. So you want to feel that the curves of your spine are really neutral. I like to let the shoulder blades really settle down away from the ears, feeling long in your neck. Just starting off every movement with our best posture. So we'll start off with a movement that's probably pretty familiar to you. Go ahead and bend your knees and then let yourself come down to touch your fingertips on the floor. Now you can bend your knees a lot or a little, okay? It's really up to you. And we're just gonna take a little time looking up halfway, look forward, and then let yourself hang down. So let this be really easy and gentle. Look forward, kind of unroll your spine, and then drop your head. So your legs can stay the same throughout, really bendy in the knee. Take a few breaths like this, inhaling to roll forward, exhaling to hang your head. Inhale forward, exhale, hang that head. So we're gonna take like a handful more like this. Keep going, and then keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep that nice gentle stretch in the backs of the legs, but nothing too crazy. 2 more. Nice breathing here. Now come on forward to your fold. Okay, you're looking forward part of your fold. You need to bend your knees. You're going to bend them more. We're just going to reach up with one hand into a little twisted shape, bending the knees a lot or a little, and then back down through center. Let's do that on the other side. One hand down, one hand up, bending the knees. Kind of a weird shape. Okay, let's just go with it. Now we're going to go from side to side. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. A few more times on each side. Now we can really bend the knees here, and it's going to get your legs warm. So just kind of let it happen. Let the legs get warm. 3 more on each side. Okay, last one on each side. Great. From here, keep your fingers down. I'm going to turn sideways in my space to show you. We're going to walk the feet out and take more of a forward fold kind of shape. So again, bending your knees as much as you need to. If you're a person who loves blocks, you could always stick some blocks under your hand here, or even a chair. Okay, but the idea is we want the feet nice and wide, and we're just going to move into each knee, side to side, just kind of checking out how the legs are feeling. Okay, now let's pop those heels inward toward each other. You can grab onto your knees and come on up to a big wide squat. Now this is a big horse kind of stance where we have the knees pointed directly out away from each other. The tailbone we want to point down, and if it's too much at any time, you can always come up, okay? But I'm going to have us here for a few moments as part of our warm-up. So we're going to start to add a little pulsation to this shape, 10 times down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold here with me. What an adventure as we warm up the legs. Now really open those knees away from each other. If you want more, you're going to drop lower. If you need a break, come up. Go ahead and bend your elbows. Hold strong in your lower body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull your cactus elbows all the way down. Work your back here 10 times. Inhale and exhale. Okay, 3 and down. Maybe adding a little pulling action. 4 and pull. Good. Let the legs get warm. We're going to do about 10. So here's 5, 6, legs getting real warm. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now hold with me here. You can always come out a little bit, okay? You can always come out and come back in. But we're gonna kind of just hold steady in this position, getting really warm in the legs. Go ahead and lift up one of your heels. Now you're gonna challenge yourself to do 10 times down and up with the hips. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. See if you could switch heels right here. Take those breaks when you need them, okay? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now here's a real big challenge for you, and then I promise we'll take a break from horse. See if you can lift both of your heels. Drop nice and low. Here come the hips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Drop those heels. Extend your knees. Wow, I hope your legs are nice and warm. Okay, turn those toes inward. You can shake it out a bit. Fold yourself in half by grabbing your hips and bringing those fingertips back to the floor. You can take a moment here just to hang your head. Let your legs stretch out after that big lower body effort to warm up. Okay, go ahead and walk your hands over toward one foot and step that foot back so you're long ways in your space if you're on a mat like me. Okay, otherwise, we're just ending up in this downward facing dog inspired kind of shape. So remember, you can always drop to your hands and knees. Okay, the most important thing here is you're strong in your upper body and you're strong in your lower body as you push the floor. Okay, once you're in your downward facing dog shape, okay, you can start to walk your heels out, and we want to even maybe roll over the tops of the feet a little bit. And maybe even you're coming up on your fingertips, just kind of warming up that floor contact, okay, those hands and feet. All right, from here, we're going to start to walk around. So go ahead and take a walk as you walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your knees as much as you like. And then we're going to take a walk toward the back of the mat. Maybe you even end up in a plank shape. Now your hands are going to take a walk back to your feet. Take a little walk. Bend those knees if you need. Now the hands are going to walk back forward. So you see what we're doing, okay? I call them inchworms. So just like a little inchworm, you're going to keep walking forward and back. Okay, it's going to get you nice and warm in your core and your upper body. Keep breathing. Feel free to take a longer hang time if you need rests when you reach the front and back of the mat, but we're going to take a few more. Okay, I'd say 3 more in either direction. So hold strong. Sometimes it's nice to just choose a little tiny flow like this and just run through it a few times just to get things warm. And then you really notice your joints warming up. You notice the movement becoming more fluid. Okay, I hope. Now next time you are in your downward facing dog shape, hold right here. So if you need a break and this shape is a bit much, remember to drop those knees, okay? I want you to keep your options open. Also, if your wrists start to hurt, you can always flip them over and roll the top of the hand out, okay? But if you're already in that downward facing dog shape, come on up and in. We're gonna lift the right leg, okay? Now it's up in the air, it's quite a large limb to lift, so if you need a break, use that left knee, okay? Still in the same place. As you're ready, with your right leg up, you're going to sweep it down to the floor. See if you could skim the floor and even kick forward, and then kick it back up to the ceiling again, okay? Just find a range of motion that suits you. Again, kick it forward and kick it back and up. Good. Keep it going. We're going to do a group of these. So just focus on keeping the hips nice and level, please. Keeping that tailbone pointed up. Allow your shoulders to relax, open toward the floor. Handful more. Polish the floor with your hands. 3, 2, and 1. Now come on up and hold. Again, drop that bottom knee if you need a little break here, okay? I'm just going to keep it spicy as always, but there's options to how you want to move these movements. So now that the heel up in the air, I want to do 10 tiny pulses. Keep the glute nice and strong. 9, 8, 7, 6. It's a tiny movement, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it here. You're gonna externally rotate the hip, okay? In other words, your right toes are gonna point out to the right. So again, drop the left knee if you need to. Okay, we're gonna go from here. Sweep the foot down and forward as far as you can, and then pull it up. Again, down and forward, pull it up. 10 times forward and up. So if you're on your knee, you just swing it forward and up. Okay, on 6 more. So forward and up, swinging that leg, working the back of the leg. 3, 2, and 1. And hold it up. Try to keep your external rotation. Okay, I forgot. Hopefully you didn't. But even if you did, externally rotating here, we're going to do 10 tiny pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I promise I'm giving you a break from this downward facing dog soon. And then come on down. Okay, from here, lock your hands back to your feet. Take a little hang time and just kind of swing. You separate the feet. Hang it out. Okay, that was a lot on one side. You should be feeling pretty warm and strong on the right side. We're going to take it over to the left here. Okay, let the arms stretch out for a moment though. Let the legs stretch out. Maybe take your hands behind you. Move them away. Okay, sometimes we work, sometimes we rest. Okay, after a nice little rest, we're going to come forward into either a hands and knees shape or a downward facing dog shape. Okay, each one very good to lift that left leg up in the air. And start to feel its weight, okay? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do some internal rotation on this side, but then we're going to do some external rotation. And it's going to be challenging, so feel free. Use that right knee to your advantage. Okay, the movements are still the same, just down and up. Okay. All right, here we go. 10 times, swinging forward and up. So we're working on that whole glute, moving that big thing up in there. Okay, keeping those hips nice and level. Big leg. So handful more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's do 10 tiny, beautiful little pulses. 10, toes pointing down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now we're going to externally rotate the hip, okay? I'll see if I can remember to keep it externally rotated the whole time. Okay, here we go. Down all the way to the floor and up. Okay, 10 times down and up. So keep that external rotation as you do this. Notice how it feels different than when it was internally rotated. It's pretty cool. 4, lift. 3, 2, and 1. And now we get to do 10 tiny pulses externally rotated. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, just enjoy. And then bring it back down with that leg. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet again. Take a fold. Again, maybe grab your hands behind, let your head hang. Stretching out the legs. Okay, nice work. Come forward into a plank whenever you're ready. So hands will come back to the floor. Walk it forward to your plank pose. Remember, your plank can always have knees down, okay? As long as your shoulders are over your wrists, you're in the plank position, as long as that belly is lifting away from the floor, okay? So knees down or up. We're going to take some plank dogs. So nice, simple little transition from your plank pose back to your downward facing dog. And you're hinging at the shoulders and hips, you feel. Okay, and then we're going to hinge it forward to a plank. Okay, nice, strong, smooth movement. Let's do 10 of those. Back and forward. I like to feel the inhale on the plank and the exhale on the downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Okay? If it gets challenging, drop those knees. They're right there. We're going to do a handful more. Pulling the tailbone up. Maybe start to look at your hands in that downward facing dog. Kind of stretching open your chest. 3, 2. Okay, now, bit of a challenge coming. Next time you come forward to your plank, hold it right there. So your knees can drop and it's still your plank. So keep your options open with the knees. Sometimes even one knee is really helpful. But find a plank that you can kind of sustain, okay? And we're gonna come down to elbows. Nice and smooth. So try to not move your back hardly at all. And let's see if we can come back up to hands. Nice and smooth. Like there's something very fragile on your back and you don't want it to roll off. Okay, down to your elbows. Let's try to come up the opposite way, up to your hands. Let's see if we can do it a few more times, alternating which elbow goes down each time and which hand comes up each time. Maybe 2 more rounds either way. Great. Okay, now the next time you're back up in your plank, up on your hands, okay? You can always come down to your elbows if they get, if the wrists get tender. Okay, but from your plank pose, see if you can take one hand to tap the other hand. Okay, keep your balance with the lower body, tap, other hand. Good. Hand, hand. See if you can keep tapping like this. Now we're gonna mix in some shoulders. Hand tap, hand tap. Now one hand taps the opposite shoulder. Switch sides. Okay, let's try that a few times. Hand, hand, shoulder, shoulder. Good. Drop those knees if you need to. Keep it flowing. We're going to take a few more rounds. Hand, hand, shoulder, shoulder. Good. How about 2 more? Shoulder, shoulder. How about 1 more? Shoulder, shoulder. Okay. Come down to your elbows one more time. So remember, the knees can come down at any time. I'm just going to keep holding this plank space for you, but I want you to take plank rests as well if you need. So from your elbow plank, we're going to ground into that left foot, okay, or knee if you've got it down. We're going to get the right leg up in the air. So feel that core strength as you lift the right heel. Okay, try to keep the toes pointed down for now. We're going to kick the heel up. Try not to bend the knee. 1 time and tap the floor with the toes. 2 times and tap the floor. Big challenge. 3 and tap. Woo, keep going. Notice that left leg working here. So use your left leg as well as your upper body to push. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg. I have another little challenge here, very special. Swing it out to the side and back to center. 9. Yes, keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ooh, this is good work. 2 and 1. Back to center, switching sides. The right leg is the grounding leg. The left leg is the moving leg, okay? Try to keep the hips level. Drop that right knee at any time and just keep going with the movement. Here we go. 10 times up and down. 9, 8. Okay, keep the glute strong. Keep the legs straight. Hips are very level. 3, 2, and 1, hold it. Now we swing a little bit out to the side. Keep the toes pointing down and back to center. Swing and center. Good. Keep the toes pointed down. Keep going. A handful more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and okay, come back to center. You might drop your knees or not, but come back up to your plank. Okay, walk your feet and hands together. And take a moment to hang right here. Nice work. That was a big upper body challenge. Okay, nice strengthening of the shoulders, and the back, and the core. Okay, bend your knees here. Nice and low with the hips. We're coming up to a squat. Okay, so find a nice squat shape. We're going to do a little bit of balancing here. Maybe let that heart rate kind of go down a little bit after all those elbow planks. Okay, belly button pulling up and in your squat, shoulders down the back. And I like to think of this sense of the knees kind of pulling toward each other, like there's some tension between them. Okay, it is a challenging posture to hold, so if you ever need a break, your best bet is just to extend your legs for just a moment, let your legs kind of calm down, and then drop back into it. Okay, but we'll be playing around a little bit in this squat today. So go ahead and put all of your weight into your right foot. You can shift the weight into the right foot. Come up on the left toes, just a little tippy toe is fine. And see if you can start to really balance on that right leg, okay? So you can always rest your arms if they get tired. I like to work my shoulders, so I just naturally lift my arms, but you can always rest them, okay? Maybe you start to lift that left tippy toe, okay? So play around with your single leg squat and what's sustainable for you, but when you find a shape with or without the tippy toe that works best, we're gonna do some single leg squatting. So drop a little lower into your right leg, your standing leg, and then extend. Just a little tiny movement is all. Tailbone pointing down, drop, and extend. Good, and we can always put the toe down. You can always grab the wall or a chair, and you're still doing that movement, okay? Keep going, drop, and extend. Handful more. Maybe if you want extra spice, you extend the front leg. Drop, and extend. 3 more. 3, 2. Okay, number 1, our last one. Let's halt this one. Okay, just for fun. You can grab the knee if you want and give it a little help. You can extend, you can grab the wall. Make a fun shape for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, all the feet down. Take a moment to hang and swing. Bend your knees, shake it out. Nice. Okay, great work balancing on that one leg. It's really nice to use and kind of warm up all those little stabilizer muscles. So now we're just going to do the other side. So come on up to your squat. Make your feet hip width. Bend your knees. Come on up to your squat. Tailbone pointing down. We always establish that squat shape. Just in almost any workout practice, there's this shape. And so we have to think about drawing those knees together in all these different squats. They're all essentially the same, right? Okay, drop low. We're going to shift the weight into the left foot. We're coming up on right tippy toe. We can stay on tippy toe. Permission to stay. Permission to float. Permission to do whatever you like with that top leg. And your arms. Here we go. Drop and extend. Drop and extend. Now you might notice, wow, these sides are totally different in your own body. It's kind of cool, isn't it? That our sides are so different, but they somehow work together. Okay, handful more. Drop that tailbone. 2 and 1. Now hold up top. Maybe make a fun shape here. Maybe extend the top leg. You can rest your arms. Do what you like for 3, 2, and 1. All the feet down. Ooh, bend your knees and shake it out. Drop your head. Ooh. Okay, hopefully you notice the legs are nice and warm. Should be feeling nice and warm there. Okay, from here, come on down to hands and knees. Okay, great work. Nice lower body work to balance out that upper body work. Okay, now I want to get us into some more structured core work, okay? So we're going to get kind of nitty-gritty with abs and kind of work on some deep lower, lower abdominal strength, okay? So first off, we're going to start off actually laying down, okay? So find you're laying down on your back, okay? Hands by your hips. You can just start to curl your chin in towards your chest, just building that nice strength across the front of the body. And remember, if you need to drop your head at any point during these movements, go ahead and drop your head and then just work from there. But if it's available to you, lift your shoulders, tuck your chin, and feel really strong belly muscles pulling downward. So it's always helpful to take a moment and just pay attention to that feeling first. So once you're in this hollow body shape, see if you can come on up to a little half boat pose, okay? You can always grab your knees, okay? So this will be our first movement today. We're gonna be in this movement, and then we're gonna roll it up to a boat pose. And see if you can roll it down and up a few times, okay? So we're gonna do this for 40 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So 40 seconds moving just like this. Inhale as you roll back. Exhale as you roll up. Okay? Very nice and smooth. You can always use the hands to support. That's always a nice little helper. Supported boat. Okay? Use your breath here. You're halfway through this interval. So 40 seconds can be a long time. Just breathe, modify. I'll give you a nice 20-second rest after. Good. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds, okay? While you're resting, I'll show you what's next. If you get your legs up in the air, you're just gonna curl your head and shoulders up again and reach for your toes, okay? That's all we're gonna do. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, and 1. Reach up, touch your toes. 40 seconds here. So we're going to be going with this 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest interval for a good while here. Okay? Intervals are super effective for building strength and endurance. Okay, you're halfway through. You can always slow it down or modify. Okay, you can always bend the knees here if you get tired. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds. Okay, we're going back to that little boat roll where you start out in your little hollow body shape and then you roll up to your boat. Okay, we're going back to that one. You have time to take a deep breath and let it go. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Roll your little boat down and roll your little boat up. Nice strength in the core. Use your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, almost there. Stay with me. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds. Okay, what's coming up next is those same ceilings where you're reaching up to touch your toes. Okay, take a deep breath. You have time. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Tap those toes. Okay, so we did 2 rounds of this. 2 rounds of the other thing. Now we're going to move on to something after this. So stick with me, tuck the chin. We'll switch it up soon. Okay, halfway through this interval, should be feeling some burn in those abs. Good, 10 seconds of work left, then you rest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. We're going to keep going with that same interval, but we're going to change the movements. Next is going to be a flutter of your legs, and you're grabbing one leg. You kind of hug it in towards you. You can bend your knees, okay? In 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can do this with your head down. You can do it with your knees bent. You can kind of make your own shape up here. But keep that strong extension through the knees. Great. Almost there. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 20 seconds. Okay, next your feet are going to be down. Your hips will lift, okay? Hands on the floor. We're gonna get the right leg up and swing it all the way down. Okay, we'll stay on this side and we'll come back and get the other side later. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg swinging in your bridge shape. Now if you need a break, you can do it with the hips down. Okay? Nice. Breathing. The left leg is working, your back is working. All good. Great. 10 seconds of work left on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, next up we're going back to that same fluttering movement where you're grabbing your leg, okay? But you have time to breathe and rest. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Flutter. Remember to keep those shoulders down low on the back. Good. Halfway through this interval, second and final round of this one. Of work. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, next you're going back to the bridge shape. This time the left leg will be swinging, okay? Left leg swings up and down, but you have time to breathe. Three, 2, and 1. Bridge shape, left leg up, left leg swing. So the right leg is working. Push the floor. Try to keep the right knee pointing forward, even though it wants to wobble. It's part of the challenge. Okay, keep going. Halfway. Good. 10 seconds of work here. Then we switch it up to something else. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds. Okay, what's next is hundreds. Okay, you'll have your hollow body shape. Again, you can bring your knees as close as you like, and you're gonna push the air down by your hips. Okay, with your strong arms. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hundreds. Remember, the knees can come in. You can also drop your head if you need to, okay? So those are modifications you can add. If all is well, extend your knees, okay? And you can make your arms maybe faster if you like, okay? Now what if we play for a few seconds with having a split shape here? One leg up, one leg out. Just playing around with shapes. Let's switch legs in 3, 2, and 1. Playing around with the other side. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, drop your feet here. We're coming up into a bridge pose next. It's going to be a bridge hold. You can take breaks if you need to, okay? We can do it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Hold your bridge shape, okay? Of course, if you need a break, you're going to take it, right? But holding here strong as much as you can. Draw the knees inward toward each other. Okay, like your two legs are perfectly parallel to each other in every way. And then think of pointing your tailbone at your knees. Should get you a good stretch across the front of your hips. Keep holding and breathing. You're almost there. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, next up we're going back to our hundreds. So same idea. You're going to keep the shoulders away from the ears, pump your hands, and then we're going to try a little bit with the split and then the other side, okay? Just for fun. 3, 2, and 1. Find your 100 shape. Draw the lower belly down. Okay, if you like, you can play around with that split shape on one side. Let the shoulders work, let the abs work. Okay, you can try splitting to the other side. Almost there, nice work. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, after your rest, we're going right back for our second round of a bridge hold. Okay, so either hold or take breaks. You know what to do. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to bridge. Draw the legs toward each other. Lift the hips nice and high. Tailbone points at the knees. If you like, you can join your hands underneath your back. Kind of scoot your shoulders underneath you. It's a nice variation and it kind of opens up shoulders and opens up in the front. Good, almost done. Three, 2, and 1. Come on down. Okay, flip it over to your belly down position here with elbows on the floor, okay, in a Sphinx pose. So in your Sphinx pose, we're just going to hold here, okay, and then maybe, if all is well, you lift your legs, and then we'll try holding it, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Sphinx, and then maybe lift the legs. So keep the belly muscles strong. Down, 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 and in. Okay, so strong belly muscles, and that way the low back is safe, right? And if all is well, you're gonna lift your elbows and drop them down. Lift and drop. So a little bit of a back extension with a little bit of upper body work here. Nice, keep it going. Sphinx shape for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come on down here. Removing your elbows, you can drop your forehead for a moment. We're just gonna do a little back extension flutter. So your arms are gonna reach forward and you're gonna flutter your legs, okay? You can always put your hands down if you need a little rest and drop your head. Otherwise, see if you can float them. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's flutter. Good. Work the back muscles. Feel like the back muscles are lifting up and in. If you like, you can add your arms as well. You can always add or subtract. Keep moving. Got 10 seconds of work. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, back up to your Sphinx shape, your elbows down under your shoulders. Remember to use your strong shoulders to push down so the heart lifts up. Maybe we lift the legs, maybe we lift the elbows. In 3, 2, and 1. Legs up, elbows up, and down. Okay, remember to keep the lower belly strong. Lower back is always safe here. Sphinx, these are like Sphinx push-ups. And you can always do this with your legs down also. Feel free to play around with it. It's all just playful. Okay, keep up, down. Working the triceps here a little bit, okay? Should feel a little burn. Keep the elbows pointing down if you could. Good. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Now come on down. We're going to do our flutter again. So remember, arms and legs, you can combine and recombine, but the idea is we want to make a fluttering shape, like you're swimming. Take a breath. You have time. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Flutter those legs, maybe arms. Think of all the back being really strong here. All the front being really open. Nice, almost done. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, we're switching to some new movements now. Back extension, reach and pull. So you're going to reach. You're going to keep your feet down for this one, okay? Reach and pull back. All right. In 3, 2, and 1. Ground those feet. Reach and pull. I like to think of inhaling on the reach, exhaling on the pull. And remember, it doesn't have to be fast, be effective. Keep going. Working that back. Right, nice work for your posture here. Great for preventing back pain or shoulder tension. Woo, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, flip it over. We're coming into a bicycle crunch. Okay, so come on your back. Classic bicycle crunch, armpit to knee. Armpit to knee. Okay, I have to remind myself to keep the elbows out of the way. So maybe that helps you. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Bicycle. Okay, find a definite pedaling forward movement, and then we're going to play around with reversing your bicycle pedal. It's kind of a brain melter, but try it out. It's good practice for your brain to think this way. Okay, now let's go forward again on the bicycle. See, I'm distracting you so you don't feel the time passing. Okay, let's go backward again. Good, armpit to knee. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds while you're flipping over to your belly, because we're going to do the reach and pull again. So the feet are grounded. Reach out on your inhale, pull back on your exhale. You have time to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grounded feet, reach and pull. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Let the breath be really helpful for you here. No reason to move so fast you can't breathe, right? Strength is more important than speed in this game. Okay, keep going. Good, 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Flip it over to your bicycle crunch. Okay, here we go. Round 2. And then we only have one more set of movements after this before we change up our interval and start to cool down. So we're almost there. All right, bicycle crunches in 3, 2, and 1. Go forward on your bicycle. Armpit to knee, armpit to knee. Now let's go backward. Isn't it weird how hard that is? Okay. Now forward. Good. Now backward. Great. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay. Now, 2 more movements. We have a leg lower, so hands by your hips. You're going to lift and lower your legs. You can have your shoulders up or down, okay? It's really up to you. 3, 2, and 1. Legs up, legs down, legs up, legs down. So remember to keep your low back grounded. Super important, just to be safe, okay? And that's why if you tuck the chin and lift the shoulders, it kind of strengthens the front of the body and keeps the low back really safe. Okay, but you're halfway through this interval, so stay with it. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest for 20 seconds. Flip it over to an elbow plank. Remember, your knees are welcome. As long as your shoulders are over your elbows, you're in an elbow plank. Okay, we're just gonna hold it. We're gonna hold that elbow plank. It's gonna be amazing. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold. Nice time to catch your breath. Keep the belly muscles wrapping up and in. We've worked on a lot of these muscles today and they're tired, but that's good. So keep them strong here. Make sure the shoulders are moving away from the ears, as always. 10 seconds of work. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Flip it over. Second and final round of leg lowers. Okay, legs up and legs down. Shoulders can be up or down. You have time to breathe though. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Legs up, legs down. Okay, I like to imagine when I'm moving my legs like this and my abs are tired, I imagine my legs are plugging into my body. So all my muscles are pulling and kind of plugging my leg bones into my hips. So I feel like the core is in control. Okay, maybe imagery like that helps you too. Keep it going. 10 seconds of work here. Getting close to the end of our workout. So leave it all right here. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, flip it over. Elbow plank. This is our last interval of work. Very last one. It's just going to be an elbow plank hold. And then we'll cool things down. Okay, elbow plank hold in 3, 2, and 1. Here we are. Shoulders away from the ears here. Last effort. So be strong here. You're halfway. Ten seconds. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Drop those knees. You can press it back to a child's pose here. Take a moment. Okay, nice work. Really challenging set of movements. Okay, we don't want to get too cool too quickly here. So come on up to hands and knees with me. And we're going to take the right foot forward by the right hand. You come up on your fingertips. And we're just going to kind of rock the hips forward and back. Just a gentle stretching movement. Okay, we did squat a lot today. In a horse squat and in a chair squat. Maybe there were single leg squats. So we do want to stretch the legs. Okay, so starting to maybe feel a gentle stretch along the back of the right leg as you pull back, and the front of the left hip as you pull forward. Just kind of finding that gentle rhythm with your breath. And then come forward into a lunge shape. We're going to drop the left hand and lift up the right hand. So you're adding a twist to your lunge. And we're just going to hold and breathe right here for a moment. Okay, pushing down in that front foot and that front hand. Nice stretch. Really twist, open your rib cage. And keep your legs really strong. Now I'm going to take a few breaths here. If you like, you can tug your back toe and lift your back knee. Okay, and that would add an element of more strength and stretching in the lower body. So it's always just kind of what you like, knee up or knee down. But from either way, wherever you are with the back knee, reach that top hand up. We're going to add a little movement here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach underneath that left arm. So you're just going to reach really far. Okay, far as you like. Now let's do it again. Inhale, reaching up. Big cool down movement. Exhale, reaching under. So just take a few like this, please. Really nice and slow. What we're doing right now is just helping your cardiovascular and your respiratory system to slow down gradually instead of just suddenly stopping after all of our efforts. So take maybe 3 more just like this. Okay, next time you reach up, let's just hold it right there and just hold the stretch across the chest, hold the stretch across the legs and hips, and then maybe let your head kind of drop off a little bit. Okay, when you're ready, we're just going to come down. So back knee can come down, front right hand down, and we'll switch it back through hands and knees and just over to the other side. So left foot forward, put a little rocking back and forth here. Up on the fingertips is nice sometimes just to give you some extra space. Okay, come forward into your lunge and get strong in the legs, kind of a little push down feeling in the legs so we get that nice stretch. Drop the right hand, left hand up. Feel the twisted shape now in your lunge. So just take a moment to breathe here. Open up the chest to the ceiling. Let the hips keep sinking toward the floor. Maybe if you want a little extra strength or a little extra stretch in the lower body, you pick up the back knee. Okay, really up to you. But once you find what your lunge is, then we're gonna start to move it. So we're gonna open up on the inhale. We're going to twist it close, and the exhale, reach under. Just like before. Let's take a handful like this, nice and slow. Moving that spine. Full body stretch. 3. 2. Last one. Let's hold this one just because. Holding and breathing, big full body stretch. Push the floor down. Open your chest. Maybe let the head fall off a little bit. And then bring it back down. You can bring it down through hands and knees. Sit back. Nice work. Thanks so much for training with me.